Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel. And, Windows 10 and 10 years in a couple of days. This is the first operating system that actually made Windows users learn about privacy. Up to Windows 7, Windows 8, you could operate the system without, telemetry stuff, without any, special account of any kind, no Microsoft account. You would just log into Windows and that's it. There was only one type of connectivity that happened, and it's to check if your Windows was activated. But it did not require you to log in with anything. And then, of course, came the famous Microsoft account on Windows 10 that at first was easy to circumvent, but as each new versions were actually going out, what happened is that your Microsoft account was less and less something you could bypass and more something that you had to do. And of course, then all of the ways that you can, disconnect your computer from the internet to bypass it and things like that. It became a kind of a battle with Microsoft. People didn't want to have the obligation of connecting to a Microsoft account. You didn't have to do that before. And a lot of users were, well, why do you have to do that now? And there are several reasons, of course, that are valid that Microsoft, did talk about the settings that are synced between Windows machines and stuff like that. Yet a big majority of users are using one PC and that's it. You can argue, well, if you reinstall, it brings back the settings and things like that. But still, people wanted to have that freedom, which is a losing battle as it's getting worse in Windows 11. The other big problem about Windows 10, that was the first one to have diagnostics and feedback, which was sending data to Microsoft. Now, Microsoft did explain in many ways it's for the pure and only reason of having diagnostics data that can be used to fix problems if they see that there's an issue. And also they're using that to tweak Windows, make it better. But still, people wanted one option out of it. Not that it's completely removed. They wanted just the option that can I just turn it off completely if I don't want to have this, which is an option that Microsoft never gave, of course. That was definite. So this also was a big problem with the privacy of Windows 10 and Windows in general. Another thing, which today is different, today we have Copilot. But when Windows 10 arrived, what did we have? We had the famous Cortana, which was also something that some people didn't like. They didn't want an assistant within Windows 10. They thought that, well, it listens to us, it's going to snoop on us. Just like Copilot, which is in some terms even worse because now it's kind of AI driven, forced on you that you don't really know all the data that it's scooping up and so on. It was kind of clearer with Cortana, but still a lot of people didn't like Cortana and didn't like the fact that it was there. And of course all the apps that people didn't want to have on their system by default. But Windows 10 definitely started the whole privacy nightmare for some, learning about privacy for Windows users for the first time. Because before that, we didn't have to think about anything of that because there were no diagnostics data being sent out. there were no Microsoft account forced on you. And that all changed with Windows 10. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.